What's going on, winged beast enthusiast, and welcome back to our channel. Because for today I've got here for you all an updated on the most hated deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! Floowandereeze. This deck has been really good to me. I've done really well with it. We're not talking about shifter. I won some games without shifter, I swear. And without further ado, let's get into the deck profile. Starting off with 3 Robina, a very standard list. This one, shout out to Reese, is signed by Reese himself. I borrowed him the Flu deck one day and he did really good with it. I think it was his best placement ever and he was so happy. And to get to more little birds, we get 3 Eaglin, very standard. With 1-3 and 1-2 con. I've seen some people play 2-3. I believe that's quite okay. That's quite good. But I don't play 2-3 personally. I prefer 1. Mainly because I play a DD Crow. And DD Crow is just a better 3 really. Like says 3, it's really hard. It's not that good to combo with. DD Crow is a really good hand trap. You can stop any stuff right now, including Puppet Lock, and it's really searchable. You are not gonna see Shifter all the time, so having a DD Crow in the main deck can come in clutch. Just an extra layer of interruption. And for our big birds, we got 2 M-Pen, very standard. You don't want to play 1. 1 is not enough, and 3 is too many. And 1 Apex Avian with 1 Ryza, very standard right there. What's also our honorary bird is 3 D-Shifter. This is probably the most notorious deck for playing D-Shifter, and keep it while it's a 3, guys. Play it, abuse it. We must abuse it while we still can. And that's it for the monsters. Next up for the spells, 3 Advent, very standard, with 3 Map and 3 Prosperity with 3 Duality for consistency. This is just very standard. Every Flu deck should play them. Duality goes really well with Prosperity as it adds, it does not draw. Hence, you can use Duality the same turn, use Prosperity or vice versa. And that comes in clutch when you need to dig for the Robina to save your life. Or perhaps for the board breakers I'm about to show, like 2 Dark World or more. Flu has a really hard time going second. But not with so many board breakers in the main. I don't really like hand traps at the moment. I prefer the board breakers if that's the way to go. And to accompany them, I got 2 Trust to search them going second, or if you go first, get hand trap to search stuff. You're able to set them, and 1 Tactics. I really like the ratio of 2 Trust, 1 Tactics. Tactics is just an overall really good card to trust into, and it's a pseudo board breaker, as you can steal 1 and you can just tribute over it because it does not count as a special summon. It counts as changing position on the field, really changing ownership, and as 1 more trust target in case we get hand trap and we need the map normal summon. We got Terraforming. Really good card, also a really good Ash Bait. And to round up the spells, we got 1 Dreaming Advent Adventure, extremely good card. I, for some reason, didn't know you can tribute more than once a turn. That cost me a game, and it was a Flu mirror, and I was like, what in the world? I'm used with only being able to Advent tribute only once per turn, but you can do it multiple times, and I just never knew that until recently. And to round out the spells, we have 1 Solos Curly. I've seen people play the 2. I can see the reason to play it too. However, I cut mine second copy for tactics. I prefer tactics, it's just way more versatile. The Solos Curly. Yes, it can transform on any bird into your Robina, or even Diddy Crow into a Robina, which is really good. Diddy Crow like comes in clutch for that. And it dodges Imper and Veiler. I just feel like it's too much. I rather have a tactics. I feel like tactics is more versatile. And speaking about versatile cards, we got two evenly matched in main with 2 tactics. It should give us a really good chance to see evenly matched going second, or Dark World No More to help us big boards. With Baron and Savage Gun, not many boards out there are able to put a Anomaly Negate or a Spell and Trap Negate. So evenly, I feel like evenly is quite good right now. Especially against soul matchups, like especially against back row decks, hitting them with an evenly is basically like dustering them. Sometimes even worse, because they cannot recur face down banished cards. And to round off the main deck, I've got 1 Dreaming Town, very standard, and 1 Feather Storms in main. In case we go first, we can draw Feather Storms, that's automatic GG. Or we get hand trapped, we thrust into a Feather Storm going first. It's just more versatile for the thrust targets. And I feel like these ratios are really good. I found myself very hardly bricking. I don't know if it's because I just got lucky, or these ratios are just the ratios. But they've been really faithful to me, they've been quite good. Next up, Texas deck doesn't really matter, to be honest, but I'll still show it anyway. I got 1 SP with 1 Almirage to going to the Hita. Show it right here, Almirage to go into Hita, and then we have Anima to go into Dark, and then Dark or Hita go into a Selene. And then Selene can go into either of these 2 access codes. And for the Xyz, really, that's the only thing that you should play in the deck. It really rarely comes up, but when it does, it does. So you should play at least one access code line with 1 Zeus line as well. Downward, Nightingale with Downward, and then Zeus on top. They don't really come up. Run again. The rest of the master deck is just cards I got from my Traptrix extra deck. Yes, I do play the Black Ship of Corn. It's the sauce. No Sarahs in the extra deck today. I got an unexpected visit last time. Feel free to check my shorts if you want to see that. But before we get into the really good side deck, I feel like it's been really well crafted and thought out. Please feel free to subscribe, like the video, share, comment. Let me know why do you like Flu down in the comments. And let's get into the side deck. We got 1 Simorgh in the back row matchup. That's it. That's the only monster in the side deck. No draws. I don't feel like they're needed. You could play them. I just prefer board breakers right now. I have the 3rd Dark World No More with Harpy's Feather Duster and Herald of the Abyss to out those unaffected monsters. Flu really cannot out, like even as something as simple as an Avermac or a Final Sigma. Towers are absolutely impossible to deal with. If they have more attack than pen, well, GG. Cannot out them, and that's where the Herald of the Abyss comes into handy. And with 3 Cosmic Cyclone, really good card right now. Cosmic is really good. There are so many decks right now in the meta that rely on their field spell, and Cosmicing their field spell, it's really good, especially when Centurion. It's really hard for them to Calamity lock you if you Cosmic the field spell. They most like really all the time they're gonna need the field spell to synchro in your turn, and that's where the Cosmic comes in handy. And to round off the spells in the side deck, I got 2-dimensional fissures, just 2. I basically cut one for Herald. Again, in the main deck I played this ratio of 2 board breakers, 2 and 2, you know, and you just swap 2 for 2 more D fissures, and then swap the other 2 for 2 feather storms. That's the ratio going first, really, most of the time, unless you need 2 dimensional barriers. It's either dimensional barrier or dimensional fissure, depending on the matchup, or perhaps all 3. There is some room. You're going to sacrifice some engine pieces, but it's fine. And in case you go second and you need that third evenly, here we go, there's the third evenly. And to round all of this together, there's a trap trick. Trap trick just adds as a third D barrier, a 4th hard feather storm, and that's about it really. It's just an extra card. I saw someone at the YCS Indianapolis running trap trick, and I was like, that's actually pretty smart, and I copied the idea. Really. But that's really it for my updated Flu deck profile. Like I said, I've done really good with it, and I've ruined some people's day, and I don't feel that sorry because I'm a Flu player. Casus signing out.